Superfoods. Super solutions for Crohn's patients. At the point when the small digestive tract is aroused, as it frequently is with Crohn's illness, the digestive tract turns out to be less ready to completely process and assimilate the supplements from food. Such supplements, too as unabsorbed bile salts, can escape into the digestive organ to changing degrees, contingent upon how broadly the small digestive system has been harmed by aggravation. This is one motivation behind why individuals with Crohn's illness become malnourished, notwithstanding not having a lot of craving. Besides, not entirely processed food sources that move through the digestive organ meddle with water preservation, regardless of whether the actual colon isn't harmed. In this way, when Crohn's sickness influences the small digestive system, it might cause loose bowels just as hunger. Should the internal organ additionally be aroused, the loose bowels may turn out to be significantly more limit. Individuals with Crohn's infection whose small digestive tract is influenced, are inclined to getting malnourished because of loss of hunger, helpless absorption and malabsorption, and the way that an ongoing sickness, for example, Crohn's will in general expand the caloric necessities of the body because of the energy the body burns through during interrupt. Great sustenance is one of the manners in which the body reestablishes and recuperates itself. In this way, every exertion should be made to try not to get malnourished. Protein is a key dietary component in the recuperation cycle. Burn through sound proteins like lean cuts of chicken and fish. A protein lack can lead weariness, insulin opposition, and loss of muscle mass. Iron lack is genuinely basic in individuals with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's colitis and more uncommon in those with small digestive system sickness. It results from blood misfortune following irritation and ulceration of the colon. Have a go at joining iron-rich food sources like poultry, soy food varieties, and some sustained food sources, for example, entire grain oats with products of the soil that are plentiful in nutrients like potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels fledglings, red and green ringer peppers, and cabbage. This food organization improves the iron assimilation rate, and the nutrient C gives the resistant framework a lift. Limit your utilization of certain high-fiber food varieties like nuts, seeds, corn. High-fiber food varieties additionally incite withdrawals once they enter the internal organ and can cause squeezing accordingly. They may likewise cause loose bowels, since they are not totally processed by the small digestive system. At times a low-fiber diet is fundamental to limit stomach torment and squeezing manifestations. It might likewise be important to enhance your eating regimen with healthful enhancements to guarantee your body is getting the legitimate measure of nutrients and minerals required. Superfoods for a superior thyroid. An expected 27 million Americans have thyroid infection, and the greater part are undiscovered. Often misconstrued, and time after time neglected and misdiagnosed, thyroid sickness influences pretty much every part of well-being. Dealing with it with great nourishment is a savvy positive development. Here are some superfoods that examination has shown can sustain a sound thyroid, just as about ones to stay away from. Coconut and coconut spread, or all the more generally known as coconut oil, has been utilized as a food and medication since the beginning of history. Dissimilar to immersed creature fats found in meats and dairy items, coconut spread is a crude-soaked fat containing unsaturated fats which the body can process proficiently and convert to energy rapidly. Examination likewise shows it assists with directing thyroid capacity. Kelp is a heavenly, supple thick ocean vegetable. It is otherwise called laminaria and contains a characteristic substance that upgrades flavor and softens. Kelp functions as a blood purifier, and advances adrenal, pituitary and thyroid well-being. Its common iodine may help standardize thyroid-related issues, similar to overweight, and lymph framework blockage. Turkey is one of the most slender protein food sources and is low in calories, settling on a brilliant quality food decision. Turkey likewise contains selenium which has appeared to restrain malignancy advancement, improve the invulnerable framework, and help in the digestion of our thyroid chemical. Thyroid patients ought to keep away from the utilization of goitrogens, substances that smother the capacity of the thyroid organ, and which can likewise cause an augmentation of the thyroid. Goitrogens are in food sources like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, mustard, kale, turnips, and canola oil. Soy and peanuts additionally incorporate goitrogens and ought to be kept away from. Both copper and iron are so significant for thyroid capacity, so thyroid patients should set aside some effort to ensure they're getting enough in their weight control plans. Food varieties like organ meats, shellfish, mollusks, crabs, cashews, sunflower seeds, wheat grain cereals, entire grain items, and cocoa items are altogether wealthy in copper. Food varieties like verdant green vegetables, beans, shellfish, red meat, and poultry are high in iron. Supplement your iron admission with sufficient measures of nutrient C from food sources, for example, citrus organic products, red berries, tomatoes, potatoes, and ringer peppers to help augment your body's iron ingestion productivity.